Hi guys, welcome to the second part of this tutorial. So the first part, which is already uploaded on the channel, is the drafting part of this beautiful pants trouser. So if you're yet to watch that, please I urge and advise you to click on the link in the comment section to go watch that. So in this particular tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to assemble all of this drafted piece together. So of course I've gone ahead to cut on my Ankara piece because this is what I'm working with. And at the extension area, if you watch properly, you see that I added half of an inch, just like I asked you to in the drafting part of this tutorial. So don't forget as well to notch your knee line, your hip line and your crotch line, because it's meant to align together and it's going to help while joining. So I've gone ahead now to remove my pattern paper from this trouser piece, and I've gone ahead to separate this now. I went ahead as well to also cut out a lining piece that is up to my knee line. So right here I'm facing this on the wrong side of my trouser piece, and on the crotch area I'm just going to stitch it up. Or if you have a weaving machine, you can go ahead and weave the both sides and the crotch area. So I did this for all the piece of this my trouser. So now I'm going to get my back piece of my trouser and I'm going to fold this into two because I'm trying to stitch my dart here. So the part that that is meant to be taken is only the back part of our trouser. And also don't forget to also hem your lining piece. So fold this into two as I'm trying to do right here, and also take or stitch your dart of 5 inches, and that is all for the back part of this trouser. So back to the front part, I'm just going to bring this two pieces together, and I'm going to face them right sides facing each other after ironing. Okay, so like I said, I brought these two pieces together right sides facing each other. So I'm just carefully going to pin this area, making sure that it aligns properly. That's the essence of pinning. After pinning, I'll also go ahead and iron this out. So the next I'm going to do is to take the measurement from my waist area, that's from the top part of this my trouser piece at the crotch area. I'm going to take the measurement from there, and from right there I'm just going to simply mark 8 inches. You can actually decide that you can mark 7 inches, but it shouldn't really get up to your hip length. Okay, so from the mark I made, I'm just going to stitch just as I illustrated with my hand, and I've done that. And on that point where I marked 8 inches, I went ahead to give it a little nudge. So we are trying to fix our crotch zipper right here. So go ahead and cut out a piece. I have 2 inches for the wideness, and I have 10 inches for the length of this piece I'm holding right here. So turn this all out, and that is just simply what I did right here. I believe you can do it as well. So I'm just going to get this piece now, and I'm just going to make sure that it is half inch, at least half inch longer than where I notched. And the part I'm pinning this is on the left part of my trouser piece. Okay, I hope you understand my explanation. If you don't understand, watch this video carefully, you understand. So after pinning, I made sure that it exceeded the notched part by half of an inch, and I went ahead to sew. So you can see what I have right here. When I stitched this, I went ahead to top stitch on this piece I cut out. Okay, so guys, this is it. And don't forget, I'm working on the left side of this my trouser piece. So after doing this now, if you take this inside like this, it's going to overlap the other part of the trouser. But before that, actually I'm going to fix my zipper at this point. So this my zipper now, this is the front side. I'm going to turn it so you can see that the part facing the camera now is the back part of my zip. So I shifted the other side across for us to focus on the part which I'm meant to fix my zipper. So I'm going to make sure that my zipper, the fixing of my zipper is at least half inch longer than the notched part of this my trouser piece. So facing the right side of my zip, facing the right side of my trouser, I went ahead to pin on only on that piece. I didn't pin directly on my trouser part, only on the piece. So I'm just going to stitch. Okay, so after stitching now, here is what I have. I'll go ahead and remove these pins I use in pinning this, and you can see that this is already giving it a nice look. So I'll get the other side of my trouser without adding anything yet. I'm going to make sure that I place my zip I place my zip with the other side of this my trouser as I'm pinning right here like this. Please, it shouldn't touch the other part of the trouser, only the crotch area of the right side of my trouser. I am pinning it to my zipper. So after pinning, I'm going ahead as well to also stitch this. Please watch carefully even if you don't understand my explanation very well. So I've stitched this, and you can see this is what it will look like. And trust me, if you got this perfectly, the left side of this zipper area of this trouser is meant to overlap the right side. Okay, so if you actually got this right, you are actually following what I'm doing right here. So you can see what I have right here now, and I'll go ahead now to also cut out another piece just like the one I cut out for this crotch zip I fixed first. And this is a bit longer than the first one, so it is 2 inches wide and 11 inches long. So I went ahead to pin it down with the other parts with the other part of my crotch, which I joined at lastly. Okay, so I stitched it, and you can see that it's covering the zipper area. I don't know if I'm being too fast here, but please just watch properly and carefully, you understand what I mean. So now I flip this to the right side for you guys to have a proper look of what it looks like. So you can see that this zip, this fabric is already covering the zip. You cannot really tell where the zip is right here. Okay, so the next thing is to stitch this, because the way I am marking my chalk on top of this my trouser. Okay, so stitch and stop exactly on the points where you notched. But as you are doing this, please take away this inner part of this piece which I showed you right here. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead now to do this, and you can see how nice this is looking. It's already overlapping. So guys, go ahead and iron this very well, and make sure your iron is very flat at this point. So guys, now after this, you can see what this looks like on the inside. So you can see how perfectly this was done, and it's covering the zipper, both the front and the back. You cannot really see the zipper. Okay, so the next thing guys I'm going to do is to show you guys how to fix a pocket. So I fixed one part of this pocket, and it's remaining for the other parts. So I'm just going to get started by marking 2 inches inwardly this way, and from the waist area I'm also going to mark like 7 inches for the length, just like this. I'm also going to connect this from my waist down to the 7 inches which I marked on my hip area side. So I'm simply going to cut this out just exactly the way I marked my chalk on this. So for this trouser, you're going to fold your piece into 2, and for the wideness you can go ahead and cut 8 inches, and for the length go ahead and cut 10 inches. So this is what I have right here. So guys, please pay proper attention to these parts. So you can see that I made sure that this piece I cut out, which is in a square form, I already told you for the wideness is 8 inches on fold, and the length is 10 inches or 11 inches. So I went ahead to also notch the 7 inches which I marked, because that is where my pocket is going to stop. So you can see I spread out this piece right side facing my trouser, and I'm going to stitch up to the point where I notched. So you can see what this is looking like as I flip this to the as I've stitched this. I'm so sorry. So guys, now watch properly how I'm going to put this inward like this. So here it is, and I'm just going to push this piece inside and make sure I use my trouser to cover it. So I'm going to cover it and make sure that it stops exactly at the edge of where this piece that is acting as my pocket stopped. So I'll go ahead now and pin this down and make sure I arrange this properly, guys. So this is like a very simple method or way on how to fix your pockets to your trousers, guys. So this is it, and make sure that everything sits properly and perfectly, so you go ahead and iron. So I'm going to flip this now to the back part of my trouser after pinning, and show you where you are meant to stitch, guys. So right here, you know the bottom part is still open, you stitch it and also stitch from that part up to the part where you notched. Okay, also come to the waist area and also stitch that part so that everything comes out flat. So I've done that, guys, and you can see how pretty and nice this is already looking. So it sized my my hands very well. This means that my phone can comfortably sit into this pocket without any problem. So guys, now here is the back part of my trouser piece, and what I'm going to do is to place the two pieces right sides facing each other, and on the crotch area I'm just going to join using 1/2 inch. So I joined that and I put the first layer of my band for my waist. So after that I brought the front part of my trouser facing my right side facing with the back part of my trouser. I'm going ahead now to pin the sides, the two sides of this my trouser piece. So after pinning the two sides, the next thing I will just go ahead to do is to stitch using 1/2 inch. Remember that we added all of this while drafting, so trust me, by the time you do all of this, you're going to come out with a very perfect fitting, including the crotch area is not going to be saggy or bulgy, and you're going to love it. Trust me, this is going to be perfect on you. Just follow all this method which I've shown you right here. So after pinning the two sides of this my trouser, I'll go ahead now to also fix the second band for this my trouser piece. I didn't really show how to actually fix the band perfectly here, but if it's a separate tutorial you would like to learn, because trust me, the band I fix is top notch and very neat. Okay, so if this is something that you would like to learn how to do, you can as well notify me on the comment section and I will drop the tutorial ASAP. Okay guys, so after pinning this, like I said earlier on, I'll go ahead as well to also hem the base of this my trouser piece, guys. So after all of this, that is all for this tutorial, guys. That is as simple as it is, and you can see how neat and perfect this is looking. So you can see that this actually covered the zipper area, just that this trouser was a bit tight on my dummy or on my mannequin. So you can see even on the crotch area you never ever see any excesses right there. So this is the perfect bootcut pants, guys. If this tutorial was helpful, I urge you to please like, share, subscribe to this my channel. Thank you all for always coming to watch my videos. I'm really grateful from the depth of my heart. So guys, I'll be seeing you guys next time on this same channel. Do have a lovely day ahead. Bye.